To start this demo, what I want to do is download the Liberty code from, you can go to wasdev.net, wasdev.net, and click the downloads area here, and then go down to download. You accept the license and begin your download. This shouldn't take too long. It's only about 64 megabytes. As I look down at the bottom, it's about 56 seconds to go. On for the demo. I've already downloaded it and moved it to a directory called demo. In this demo, I have a ping war and I have the archive media for WebSphere Liberty 16002. So what I'm going to do is unarchive or unzip WebSphere Liberty profile, and I'm going to do it to this directory. Oh, installation is complete. Now, what I'm going to do is from this directory, I'm going to create a server called my server. Yes, that's done. Server created. On Mac, there's a conflict with the Java launcher helper, so please ignore that. So my next step is I'm going to now run this. I could do start, which runs it in the background, but I prefer you see all the dynamicity of this application server. So here I go. I'm going to run this in the foreground, and you can see which JRE it is, the product, the version, which features are installed in it, and it says it's ready for a smarter planet. So right now I'm going to copy the ping war into WLP/users directory, servers, and my server. And then there's a drop-ins directory. So you can easily just drop a war file in that is fully completed, and it will just start up over in the right-hand window. Oh, there it is, 1.4 seconds it started. So let me come up here to this ping area, and I will make a mistake and see it's nothing's there. So let me go back to ping, which is where it is, and that's renders there. Let's see the boot time now, which is about 4 o'clock north, 1500 right here, 1506. And the current operating system is on my Mac, which is a Mac OS 64-bit. Okay, so that's where we are. This is just run. We're going to see that you'll notice that the file was not found when I made the mistake, but otherwise we're running happily. So now what I want to do is I want to log into Bluemix. And let me come over here, and here's my dashboard for Bluemix. You can see in the demo environment over here that there are no applications started. Okay. And this is where you can create an app here, a container, virtual services, data and analytics, anything of that nature. What I'm going to do is use the CF command and from Cloud Foundry, and it's a utility that I can now push from my command up to Bluemix. So CF is the utility that I have installed, and I want to do a push, which is pushing the application up. I'm going to name it something. So I'm going to name it demo ping. And then what am I going to push? I'm going to push WLP/users/servers, user/server, my server. So that's going to take that application serving environment that is off on the right, and it's going to push it up into Bluemix, and then start it. Of course, you have to log in first. I'm going to log into Bluemix. Notice the endpoint is HTTPS, so it's all secure. API.ng bluemix.net, and I had set that earlier with a different CF command. Now I'm going to enter in my ID. So now you know who to email when you have questions. Enter in my password. It's going to authenticate. Which space? Do I want to use my dev or demo? In this case, I'm going to use my demo space. since I've already shown you and it's clear. And this shows the API endpoint, it shows the user, the organization, and the space. So when you sign up for Bluemix, and you can do that through gift cards, you can do that as a pay-as-you-go, or you can get a full subscription. You can then, or there's also a free tier where you can play with it. So now in my environment here, I am going to do the CF push of that demo, just like I talked to you earlier. And now you'll see it come up, and it's creating the app in the organization for the space. It's creating a route, so I'm going to access this through demo.ping.bluemix.net. And if we go over here, I already have this in here. You'll notice that it doesn't work yet. That's because it isn't finished. So in the meantime, you can see it's already uploaded 5.3 megabytes, 280 files. So what it's doing is actually uploading just the serving environment, just the USR environment, and it's using this build pack from Cloud Foundry. So it's managing what operating system you're using, what middleware you're using to run the application. And this is how you can stay in compliance a lot easier. It allows IBM to manage all this for you. So it's just created the droplet. Now it's uploading the droplet, which is 131 megabytes, which is a little larger than the 5 megabytes earlier. Meanwhile, we'll go over here and look at the dashboard while it finishes up. And it's got one instance that says that it's starting. Let's see if that showed up. Oh, there it is. The demo ping has shown up. It's in the staging phase. And if I shrink this a little bit, you can see that we have, we're uploading it and we're preparing to start it. So it's in the staging stages. So we can find out information about it over here. If we expand this out so we can render this properly, you can see the catalogs over here. The catalog of different services, they're available to you. I remember we talked about the Watson language. There's the National Language Clarifier, but here's the language translation service, in which the retail banking application was using. So in here, it will actually do the text translation, and you can see that in here there is still a free tier. There are different plans. You can do a trainable area. You can do standard. So if you wanted to train it for a specific dialect, you could do that. It will cost you a little bit more. But again, there is a free tier of usage for a certain number of APIs. And here is the standard, which is 2 cents per 1,000 characters, $3 for the advanced model, and so on and so forth. That's the charges for it. So let me get back to the dashboard. So here's our ping demo, and what state is it in? It's in a running state. So let's see if this is working. Remember the last time it failed. This time, it's rendering. Now, if we look at the memory stats, it's much different. Only 13 megabytes of RAM being used. 36 megabytes of RAM being used. And now for the operating system, remember the other one was Mac. Now we're on Linux. So that was all within a couple of minutes. But you now have it running up in the cloud where anyone can access it through this demo ping.mybluemix.net. Now, if we decide that we want to scale this up, okay, this currently has 1 gigabyte of RAM. We could go to 2 or 1.5 if we need more or less. You can see how much quota I have, which is very, I have other things running in this instance, but this can be quota based, so nothing gets too carried away. If I want to do 2 instances of it, I can. Maybe I want to only run this in 500 megabytes of RAM, and that way I could actually have 4 instances of this running. And then I would click save, and then it would spin up automatically 4 instances for me.